So we got ourselves a brand new WWE 2K22 update. You're probably wondering what's in it, so let's get into it, plus some brand new gameplay that we got for the wrestling code. A bit unexpected, but we did get patch update 1.18, and similar to the previous update, we didn't get any official patch notes from WWE 2K. These are not the actual patch notes. What we do know is that this update features improvements to overall stability, and other minor fixes have been made to enhance the user experience. We also know that on PlayStation is 1.74 GB, on PlayStation 4 is 6.26 GB, and on PC it is at 39.4 GB. 1.5 on the Xbox Series X. PC continued to be getting a huge size update, likely due to the modding restrictions that have been added in previous updates. So as you guys can see, there isn't much of an update. What we do have once again is the addition of My Faction content. Brand new upcoming packs with alternate models and alternate attires of superstars that unfortunately it seems like we won't be able to use outside of My Faction. We are really still waiting for the update 2K, so please, if we could get those models on regular exhibitions, it will make My Faction a little bit less hated, it feels like. The upcoming 4 Horsewomen's pack doesn't feature Sasha Banks on the cover of it anymore, but that model still seems to be there hidden, and her hairstyle has now been enabled with this patch. There's likely a couple of extra hairstyles that you might be able to find. Let me know what you see. World's Finest and Joe mashups have been finding a couple of extra unhidden models, like an old NXT Seth Rollins, a Judgment Day Edge, which is just Edge with the Judgment Day attire. Doesn't seem like we're getting a cut up hair Edge, as well as an updated Rhea Ripley with the stomach tattoo. Visionary Seth Rollins, another NXT Roman Reigns, Ghost Standard Shelton Benjamin, a GM Austin My Faction, and probably the most shocking one as of right now is that they re-added the Firefly Funhouse Alexa Bliss, and it's worth mentioning that many of these you could already get from community creation as they are being uploaded by What's the Status and iWorld's Finest. There's likely way more, so we might have to do another video just to cover all of them. There's also this unfinished Batista. We probably didn't need to see that one. Nonetheless, as you guys can see, this update is another My Faction type of update, and everything that we just mentioned, we are likely to get it in packs in more incoming My Faction content. As for gameplay changes, additions, and so on, I didn't really notice much, so if you guys did, let me know. These alternate models and alternate attires being added to the game is great, but the horrendous part about it is that they're locked within My Faction. I hope that is something that 2K changes in the future. So that was the WWE 2K22 recent update and what we know so far. Now we switch the focus to the wrestling code, because they ended up dropping a brand new preview, actual gameplay, showcasing 2 other wrestlers, Tony Chini and even Sandman. That was a huge surprise. This is of course more alpha footage. Once again, the environment of it looks great. They show off the GTS, the Grimm's Toy Show Wrestling Backyard Arena. We get a presentation of the entrance and the superstar just running the ropes, coming in and out of the ring. Of course, there's some extra things that you guys might notice that are not fully finalized just yet. This is an extremely early version of the game, so do keep that in mind. Based on what we got to watch, I would say that the ring actually looks huge, but it might be because of the camera angle. You do get a huge FOV, and within that one cam you get to see a lot, everything that is around the ring. In the demo there was a cool feature which Tony ends up turning off the lights of the arena, basically making it from day to nighttime, and that is where we get to see the reveal of the Sandman swinging the candlestick, of course, ready to drink a beer and ready to make somebody bleed, actually make himself bleed. As you guys can can see once the wrestlers were wrestling each other, the camera was already a bit closer, so it feels like the previous one was more about the presentation of somebody running the ropes, while here we can see how the camera will look when we are actually in action fighting someone else, which is just that camera being a little bit closer to the action. No release date on it just yet. 2023 of course is still looking promising when it comes to pro wrestling games, so I'm excited for that, and as always I'll keep you guys fully up to date. If you want to see more wrestling content, make sure to check out one of these recent videos. See you there and stay savage.